Hello world, this is my life now. I went to Home Depot and got 10 more mold tests, mold armor, 48-hour do-it-yourself mold test kit. We originally got 2, and one of them that was in our bedroom is growing now. So I went back, I got really paranoid, went back and got 10 more, and I'm gonna put them in like every single area of the house. And if you don't know the backstory, we moved to Costa Mesa. We got this house. Originally, there was an air quality, when we did inspection, there was an air quality test that came back with an abnormal amount of mold in the air in the primary bedroom versus outside. We also did, there was 3 locations upstairs in the primary, right at the entrance of the front door, and outside. And the one in the bedroom was abnormal. So then we had a mold remediation company come out and try to, look things over and inspect to see where there might be mold. And they couldn't find any, so we thought it was fine. So we moved in, started using everything. This house was a flip, so nobody was living here. They were doing construction for a long time, and nobody was using like any of the water, the toilets, bathtub, showers, nothing. And so when you don't use it, you can't really, the water is not circulating and not running through, so you can't really see if there is a leak or where it is. So we moved in, we started using everything. Like a couple of days in, I don't know, Sean's gonna get mad at me for saying this on camera, but she took a poop in our bathroom. It got like semi-clogged, or maybe not clogged, I don't know. And then it started leaking, and you could see the water coming out of the bottom of the toilet. And we also noticed, because that bathroom's on the 2nd floor, we also saw on the 1st floor there was a bubble forming in the ceiling, and I can show you where the bubble formed. It formed right here. I'm in our kitchen area, and this is like our little breakfast dining nook, and then that's like the sliding door to go outside. It formed right above me, right there. A bubble started forming right there, and then you could see the water trickle down to this light switch, and then all the way down. And so there was a bubble forming there. Clearly, there's a leak in the bathroom, in the toilet. And so then we called the fucking remediation company back again, and they took out the drywall, they cleaned it up, they sprayed whatever they sprayed, and then we had the drywall put back. During this whole time of moving in, you probably watched my previous videos. I tried to get into a new routine, started working out. Maybe I overdid it because I have a past history of mono, and every time I exert myself too much, especially when I do strength training, I get really tired for days afterwards, and I thought this was that again, but it was just so much more severe. For a couple days, I would stand up and I would be dizzy, and I couldn't stay standing up. I had to go lie down, and I was just so tired. I was so dizzy, and then all of my mono symptoms came back. Like, my eyes are puffy, my face is puffy when I wake up, and when I brush my teeth in the morning, I throw up, and one day I did retch. There's nothing in my stomach because I just woke up, but I threw up, basically nothing. My abdomen is distended, it's like my liver is swollen or something. Maybe my spleen, I don't know. My pee has been really weird darker color, which is not normal, and I've been measuring out how much water I've been drinking. I drink 3 liters a day, and it's still like that, which is not normal. And all of these symptoms are the same symptoms that I had when I had active mono back in, I think it was 2020. And so I was like, why is my mono reactivating? Why is my Epstein-Barr virus reactivating? And then I kind of looked into it, and it's like, oh, a lot of people have it reactivated because mold decreases your immune system's ability to fight and keep the virus dormant in the body. And so I think it was just a whole slew of things. You know, I was stressed about moving, so I was mentally stressed out. I was physically stressed out because, I don't know, overexerted myself, plus also moving was kind of like physically stressing. And then I already have an underlying Epstein-Barr virus that has never really like gone away completely. Then I also freaking exercised and worked out really hard. And I think all of that just like made my immune system really angry and like overwhelmed. And so now my virus is back in my swollen face. I remember when I first moved in, my nose was running a lot, and I think that was from the mold, from being allergic to the mold. That has stopped significantly, and so that's good. Like, I thought I got like COVID like during the move. We've been interacting with a lot of people. I thought I just like got sick, but it was just like clear runny nose. It was like more allergy symptoms than like, you know, like mucusy, like bacterial stuff. So yeah, we remediated the wall. I'm still not feeling great. I'm not dizzy anymore, so I can stand and do stuff, but my face is still swollen. It hasn't gone away. I'm like, is there still mold here somewhere? And so we got 2 tests of these mold armor tests and went to Home Depot, and we put them in the places where our inspector originally did it before we moved in. So one outside as a control, and then one inside in our bedroom, which is where it was abnormal. And the one outside the petri dish, it grew something like a little bit. And then the one in our bedroom also grew something, but it's like a bigger circle than the one that was outside. So that means there's more inside than there is outside, which is abnormal again. And I put that like in our bedroom on top of the fireplace, like near the chimney. So it's like, well, it's rained a lot this year. Has the water gone down the chimney? And there was no rain cap on the chimney. So has water gone down in there and there's mold growing in there? Or is it somewhere else? And then I was like, fuck, there's fucking mold still growing in here. And what if it's like everywhere in the house? And then I just kind of like spiraled, because that's the thing that I do. And I was like, what if there's mold somewhere else, like everywhere? So I went back to Home Depot and got like 10 more tests, and I'm gonna put them in every single area of the house. We didn't do the kitchen, we didn't do Foxy's office, we didn't do the living room, we didn't do the bathroom downstairs. We're in the dining room. I don't know if I'm gonna do the dining room yet. So there's 4 downstairs, and then there's 1, 2, 3 separate bedrooms. That's 7 upstairs. There's a hallway bathroom upstairs, and then I want to do our bathroom upstairs because that's where the toilet leak was. So I guess I do have one more to use, but I'll think about that one. I guess right now I'm gonna prepare all these petri dishes. You can see it comes in a kit. This kit comes with a swab, a return envelope, and then it comes with the agar, which is potato dextrose for yeast and mold, storage room temperature, and then a petri dish. And so basically, and we're doing the air quality test because we can't find the source of it. If you can find an identifiable source, then you can take the swab and like swab where you see the mold, and then like swab it on the dish. And then the indoor air quality test is basically you just leave it open to the air for 1 hour, and then cover it and tape it together and see if anything grows. So the agar preparation, you basically pour this agar in there, leave it for 1 hour, let it like gel up. I don't know why this one, can you see that? Why is there something like in there already? Is that in every one of them? No, it's just in this one. Dude, what the fudge, man? Why? Dude, this is so dumb. Alright, anyway. The instructions are on here. Mold can also come from your heating and air conditioning unit. Locate the air exhaust vent that's furthest away from the furnace. After preparing the petri dish, remove the lid and tape the open dish against the open air vent. Oh my god. Close all remaining air vents that are in the system. Turn the system fan on high for a 10-minute period, allowing forced air to hit the inside of the petri dish. After 10 minutes, remove the petri dish, place the lid, tape the lid together, and incubate the dish for 48 hours. Yeah, so incubate it for 48 hours. And the petri dishes we did for outside and in the bedroom are already at 48 hours, and there was growth. You can recheck it at 72 hours and 96 hours to be sure there's no slow-growing molds that were overlooked. And if the mold growth is present within an incubation period of 48 to 96 hours, you may send the petri dish to our lab for genus level mold identification of the mold observed. If no mold growth is present after 96 hours, then no mold was detected. Okay, well anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna prepare all of these. Well, I'm gonna prepare all but one because remember I had 9 areas that I counted and I don't know what to do with the 10th one. So I'm just gonna pour all of these into the dish, leave it for 1 hour to gel. Then I'm going to go put them in the areas around the house. I mean, I can show you how to pour it down. I don't know why this one, do you see it? Do you see this shit? Like, why is there an inner circle and then an outer circle? The heck, man, not good. But basically, what we should have done after we found mold on the air quality test was find another inspector who can do a more in-depth mold inspection. I think that's what we should have done instead of finding a remediation company to locate the source. Alright, it's 11:10 now. Alright, it was 11:10, so I'm gonna set an alarm for 12:10, and I'll see you guys in an hour. Alright, it's 12:10, it's been an hour, I'm back, and now we're gonna place these in the areas that they need to go and let them aerate. Alright, so these stay out here for another hour to gather all the fungus and mold and yeast, whatever. And in 1 hour, I'm going to gather them and tape them together and let them incubate. Alright, see you in 1 hour. Alright, it's been an hour. So let's go collect these things. So now we tape them down together. So I'm going to tape all of these. That's all of it. Now we let it incubate. This one's from outside. Look at all these little molds growing. Oi. And then this one's from the bedroom. There's hella mold growing in here too. Look at these two. Ugh! So gross. Hasn't been 48 hours yet. But the one in the primary bathroom has a small little dot right there.
Yeah, it looks like all the other ones are like perfectly clear.
Right.
The bathroom just has a tiny little dot on it, which is that's kind of how these started out too, though.
Yeah. Hasn't
After
been
about
40.
48 hours, they also had tiny dots, and then they ended up like this.
It hasn't been 48 hours yet. We'll see. Alright, it's been 48 hours. There's definitely mold growing in these little things. Alright, exercise room. But there's one right there. And it's got like a little fuzzy surrounding. This one's the upstairs hall bath. Alright, if it's taking me that long to try to find it, maybe there isn't anything growing in that one. The guest room. Yeah, the guest room, there's like one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, there's one right there. It's very small. It was not as big as the one in the control that we had outside. The downstairs bathroom, yeah, there's one like right there. Can you see it? Yeah. The kitchen, yeah, there's definitely some growing in there. But like I said, it's not as big as the one that came back from outside. There's some in here too. This is my office. There's a couple there. See, 1, 2. 1, 2. But again, very, very small. Living room. Dude, I don't think I see anything in here. At least I know the living room is clean. Primary bath. You can see this big one right here. Look, right there. Can you see it? Yeah. That's not good. And Foxy's office actually has 2 pretty big ones growing in here. 0, 1, 2. 1 and 2. So the biggest ones that came back actually are the exercise room and Foxy's office. And obviously our primary bathroom, this one, and this one came back. Everything else seems like small. Alright, so basically there's mold in the other areas, but not as much as the one in our room. And so I was talking to Foxy, and we think maybe because there's the chimney and it's really close to the opening of the chimney, and we didn't have there was no rain cap on top of it. We just got it installed recently, so there was no rain cap. So maybe, and it rained a lot this year, so maybe the rain got in the chimney, and then there's mold growing in the chimney. And we have the damper open in the fireplace, so maybe the mold is coming in from outside. So we were talking, and I think our plan, since we kind of know where majority of it is coming from, the plan is to close the damper. If it's safe to do so, I'm gonna go Google it later, like after I film this, if it's safe to close the damper. We're not gonna put fires in it or anything. So we're gonna check if it's safe to close the damper, then we're gonna close the damper. Then Foxy has this like filter thing. I don't know if it's a HEPA filter or just like a regular air filter. So we're gonna turn that on and let it run. And then for a couple of days, so 2-3 days, we'll run that thing. Then we're gonna retest the air. We have one more mold test, an agar plate. So we can use that to test again in the same area in our room, on the mantle, near the chimney above the fireplace. And then this time we're also gonna open the doors to the bathroom, because last time we did not do that, and where we found the mold was in our bathroom, basically in the toilet. So we're gonna do that and see if that improves, and compare that plate to the one that we have for outside, which I can show you now as well. So this is 4 days. 4 days of outside. There's like black mold growing. And the white one. And then there's like the yellow one growing in there. I'll take like photos with my iPhone, which will be easier. And then see, this one was in our bedroom above the fireplace. There's like the same type of like black mold, white mold. And then over here you got like the really yellow ones. Like that one's gnarly. That one is hella gnarly. So we'll do that and we'll take pictures. Keep you guys updated. At this point, I think everything is pretty similar to what was growing outside, and we have less of a concern, although we really can't be sure unless like a professional comes and does like air quality tests and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see if I also start feeling better. I feel like I have been starting to feel better, but I also haven't been exercising for like 2 weeks now, and it's starting to feel kind of gross, but hopefully I start to get better and I can start working in a little bit of exercise again each day, and that my mono goes away.